Let me explain to you real quick, because some people are confused about the House thing. It is absolutely the Republicans, first of all, doing it. They are so, every day, they're like almost shoving it down our throats, right? Saying it all over the place, over and over. On everybody who has an interview that's with MAGA is repeating just the same parroted thing. It's those damn Democrats. They don't care, and they want to give people here illegally, health care. None of that is true. This much of that is true. Zip, zero, none. What is true is they don't want to give you and me health care. In fact, I'm not getting my SNAP on the 5th. There's only 5 states that have doing it through, at least for November, through some state stuff, but New Jersey hasn't done that. And I called this morning and laid into Murphy's answering because I told her, I said, has he codified? Has he done? I was like, is he doing anything these last several months? He's terming out, and so what? He just doesn't give an F? I said, what happens if, God forbid, the Republican candidate gets to be governor? You haven't codified anything to protect us. Why haven't you done what, California and Illinois and some of the others are doing? Number one, make a effing law that it's all law enforcement must have their face visible at all times, fully visible, must have their name and their badge number, and give them and make them available and license plates, or they can be arrested themselves. How about that? And she said something about, I said, I'm trying not to be very intense because I don't want you hanging up, but I don't get to talk to a person when I call here a lot. And she goes, no, that's true. I said, I do call. I just never know if you're getting my messages. I said, but I don't want to accuse. She goes, well, I really don't know anything other than what he's announced. I said, well, that's my point. If you don't know, then he probably hasn't and has no intention of it. The election is next week, ma'am. He hasn't said anything. Jack Ciattarelli wants to make abortion completely illegal for whatever reason, and he wants to give the rapists parental rights if he gets one of his victims pregnant. And they obviously force her to have a baby. I said, have you done anything to put that in law now? So they can't do that if that, God forbid, happens? Have you done that? And she was quiet. I said, well, that's my point. He hasn't announced anything like that, so we're just assuming he just isn't giving a shit or caring. I'm not the governor in a couple weeks, so why do I care? I said, we don't I said, I'm telling you what activists in the activist groups have been saying in Jersey, watching what's happening between Cheryl and Ciattarelli, and also how much you're not hearing from Murphy, who is the current terming out governor. When he has the chance to protect us, if God forbid we turn red, you're not even doing that. I said, how does he expect to have a legacy that he can be proud of? Because I can guarantee you, if God forbid this goes red and he has not done any of that, we will never forgive him. He will have a legacy of allowing that to happen to true blue Jersey. Said you might want to inform him of this morning. He has a week. Do it. Because the rest of us have noticed the silence from him. The absolute, utter silence from him. So, yeah. I was a bit, and then I'd pull it back a little. I was like, listen, I am not a Karen. But you don't understand. I am not just the average, call, I don't really know. I know what I'm talking about, ma'am. She goes, no, it does, it definitely, you obviously know what's going on. I said, nobody is listening to me. Do I have to make a video in a few months from now saying, I fucking told you so? That will give me no satisfaction. Just like every time I've had to say about Project, every time something new comes up in the last year, even in the campaign, I fucking told you so. The day after, after he won and cheated his way, and it's what did I say? I told you so. When he said, everybody was going, now we can tell you it really was. We lied to you. We really is Project. What did I say? I fucking told you so. I told you all that. So, any of you in New Jersey, or any of you who have anybody here in New Jersey that you're concerned about, you don't have to live in the state to call that representative or senator and give him shit. You don't have to live in the state. It might hold more weight sometimes, but I've called Abbott's office and told him that he's a fuckhead. I have. I did the same thing to little Ron DeSantis. I told him he was a piece of shit and probably a closeted bisexual, like Mike Grinder Johnson, Speaker of the House. And then laid out exactly what little traits we all see that leads us to believe he is indeed a hypocritical bastard who lies to everybody for money gain. Yeah, so I got a Halloween little party with them, with the MHA, Mental Health Association, going tomorrow. So I figure nobody's been able, everybody's been so busy with holiday seasons starting and school starting, to get me to any of the events since the protests. So it's not just the protesting, it also is a social life, So I figured, you know what? I'll go. They always have a really good spread. Sometimes they have like some amazing like pizza and really good salad, and sometimes they have those big subs, and they always make it up. Some days they've had sometimes they've had like salad and things like eggplant parmesan or lasagna, or you know what I mean, in trays, like somebody a restaurant or something donates it for the clients, for us, so we at least get to go to something, because it's not like we can afford to give parties or anything, and it's just a way for us to kind of get together. And so I have to come up. I mean, I've got plenty of stuff. I don't want to do the butterfly. I don't know, I am thinking of this shirt, actually. And the one, I was either thinking of witch, because I have this really new cool, that purple witch hat, and I have a really cool, that one with all the fringe. And I can use that with the mask that's on it, and don't even have to do makeup, But the other thing I was thinking about doing is being a protester. I don't want to do the handmaiden thing because it's Mental Health Association. I don't want to get like super political, about it. But because people on both sides, and that's already even people that don't have, emotional challenges or, chemical imbalances. It's already, that religion is already a volatile for people that don't have to deal with those things. We don't need to set them off here. But a protest, so the handmaiden, it would be awesome, but no, I'm not going to do that. I was thinking, like I said, I could do a witch. I haven't been a witch in a while. Last year last year I was a cosmic cat, and the year before I was the butterfly, and the year before that I was like a scary monster, Frankenstein-y kind of thing. Because I also do it to hand out to the kids, so I'll be whatever on Friday as well. But them, I could hand out candy in my inflatable costume. But can't take that in there because it's an inside thing. Party's tomorrow. But yeah, so I'll either do the witch or the one I was really thinking of is I was with this shirt because it's like, looks like a hippie kind of shirt, right? But I was thinking, if I do that and I have this hot pink, I've got pictures somewhere, hot pink like that. It's kind of like those macrame kind of belt almost, but it's out of soft cord, and it's got the metal beads in it and stuff. So I could wrap it around my head and tie it, and it's like a bandana, like a hip, like the hippie thing. So I'm thinking about doing that, tying it so it's up under here, so these hang over it, and maybe doing so it's not a protester like currently. I'll do like a flower power thing, like maybe a flower around the eye, because they would do that with protesting. So I can do that, and I've got big wide pants that I could put with this. It's actually out of green and black and white, so I mean that would match. So I'm thinking about the hippie. But you guys, like I said, it's short notice because I have to know by the morning what I'm doing. So if you run across this Tuesday night, the Tuesday before Halloween, let me know what you think. Should I do like the witch with the mask? Because I've got a mask that I've got all decked out. I just use it as well, hang on here. You see that? Right there? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So let me know what you think. I don't know. I haven't really... I don't really not partial to either one. I would wear my shark fin, but I don't really have anything gray or something to wear. I would go as a shark. I can go as a protesting shark. Wear my headband and put the shark's fin on. But anyway, yeah. Let me know what you think. Witch or hippie protester. Peace out.